between the Houston Texans and our home team. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway in Southern California. This is taken at his 4.
Block 15!
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set 180.
Coming to you, coming to you.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Carter. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check 31! Give me that!
49 to Mike, 49 to Mike. Come on. Make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Let's make these find us looking.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and that'll bring up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On first down, it's Watson. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Rivers. This one complete to Patton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Set, Green 80s! Block the team!
I got him!
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. He'll get this to Eckler. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off. And he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Stop here, D. Check motion, 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 motion.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Switch, switch, switch. 36, 36. Cloud, cloud.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 43.
Now a run with Hyde. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We're set. 13. 36.
Exit, exit. 58, 58, 58.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well, and he would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry. to the all-pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way, 5 players named to the all-pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so, and I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl. He's going to sweep all of those, and he deserves it. Carried that team throughout the season and got better in their bigger games.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Gordon on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 28 yards, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Watson. They'll roll him out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Here's Brian Anger now. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded just inside the 30. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Texans scoop it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Come on, baby.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Watson. Being chased out left. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Taking it right down Broadway. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The final shot before the break, Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Give him 18 yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here's Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's Gordon, and he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
180.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left. This is caught at the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup and even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Rivers. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set, 180. Wait, 85.
On 2nd down. It's Gordon, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Set, round 80. Hey, let's get in that hole. Get on.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Ty Long now. He's been terrific so far. On the return, Carter. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A shotgun snap for Watson. Rolling to his right. Open man, the tight end fails. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right. 26. Here we go.
Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Alert, alert.
58, come on. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, Rivers. Dancing to his left. And the catch made, it's Patton. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's Ty Long now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences.
Lamar Miller, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, an 80-yard touchdown, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, a couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now Rivers. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The sack cost them only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
24!
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Well, that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Let's get this all day.
Well, we were on hand for a